Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if probable cause exists for those charges. Probable cause simply means that it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person who committed that crime. Of course, as you stand before me today, I presume that you're innocent to these allegations. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings, unless and until the State Attorney's Office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release this afternoon. That is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this afternoon. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts that surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. You all solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please step forward to the podium. Maurice Bennett Matlock. Afternoon, young lady. What's your date of birth?
6/12/87.
You are here on a warrant that was signed by Judge Rupi. She found probable cause for 5 counts. They are carjacking with a firearm, kidnapping with a firearm, robbery with a firearm, ag assault with a firearm, and grand theft. As to those charges, do you wish to represent yourself? You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
I'm a public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD. State what you got.
Showing an action was dropped on the 11th of this month in Pasco for aggravated battery using a deadly weapon, a adjudication for drug paraphernalia, marijuana, less than 20 grams, another form of drug paraphernalia, 2017 out of Pasco. It does also look like there was an introduction to detention facility in Pasco, no disposition, also out of Pasco. Adjudication petty theft, 2015 Pinellas. Adjudication disorderly intoxication, 2015 out of Pinellas. That's the in-state, showing as a multi-source offender. Showing an adjudication for battery, bodily harm, 2007. Withhold DUI, another traffic offense, possibly driving while license suspended, was dismissed in 2009. Showing a dismissed DUI, also in 2009. Dismissed obstructing justice in 2009. Guilty disposition for property damage, 2009. A guilty disposition 2011 for hit and run. Also appears to be dismissed reckless driving with that. An adjudication 2011 for driving while license suspended, and that's all.
All right, young lady, I have an address for you on Highway 41 in Spring Hill in Pasco County. Is that where you live?
No, sir.
Where do you live now?
I live at 10013 Critter Lane in Brooksville.
How long have you been on Critter Lane?
Less than a month.
Do you have a job these days?
Not in the past 2 months.
Okay. What kind of work were you doing then?
I was doing in-home health.
Okay. I'm going to leave your bonds as they were set in Judge Rupi's warrant. That's $30,000 on the first 3, then 10, then 2, for a total of $102. You'll be back in court on the 22nd of November. If you're able to get out, you should contact the PD right away. If you can't get out, they're going to come see you at the jail before you go to court, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Joella Guyton? Ms. Guyton, what's your date of birth?
12/96.
Scott, you're here on a warrant out of Hillsborough County. The judge that signed the warrant found probable cause for a violation of probation and set your bond at $1,500. I can't change that. If you can post the bond, then you can go down to Tampa, find out when they want you in court. If you cannot post that bond, I will give Hillsborough County 5 days to come get you. If you're still here in 5 days, they'll bring you back to see me, and I'll find out what the holdup is, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Christy Seagard. Afternoon, young lady. What's your date of birth?
Good afternoon, 10/9/69.
Christy, there's 2 charges today, possession of marijuana and possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to find probable cause for the marijuana. I'm going to find no PCS to the paraphernalia. State, if you look at the PC affidavit, it looks like the deputy tested 2 suspected items of paraphernalia and noted that neither one of them tested positive.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, Christy, there is the 1 charge, the marijuana. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire a private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
I guess you can give me the public defender because I don't know a lot about the law, so.
All right, I'll appoint the public defender. State any history.
She has no history, Your Honor, so possibly PTIL.
And, Christy, where you been staying lately? You been staying with friends or living outdoors? What's going on?
I've been pretty much living in my car lately. I stayed at a hotel a few times.
Okay.
I'm trying to relocate back to Florida. I used to live here before.
Okay.
I came from California.
Okay.
And that's really my situation. I'm trying to reestablish here. I've lived here for 20 years.
All right. Do you have any work these days?
Right now I don't. I'm on a disability income.
Okay.
But I do have some projects I'm trying to get off the ground. Once I get reestablished here, I plan to do that.
Okay. Christy, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance as to both cases, both charges. I'll have you back in court on the 15th of November, so they're going to let you out today. You should make contact with the public defender's office as soon as you can, all right?
Okay. Thank you, Judge. I appreciate you.
Yep. Daniel Bird.
Thanks.
Afternoon, Daniel. What's your date of birth?
7/1979.
Daniel, you're actually here in a writ of bodily attachment. That means that a child support hearing officer and a circuit judge determined that you owe some child support. They set a cash purge amount of $677. Do you have that much money, Daniel?
No, I do not, sir.
Are you working these days?
I was working. I started this week.
Okay, what kind of work were you doing?
It's besides this framing and carpentry.
Okay, how long it had been since you worked before that?
A year at least.
Okay.
I kind of help a paralyzed gentleman that I live with, and his check was suspended, so I haven't been paid.
Okay.
So I just stuck it out.
Okay. So Daniel, is there any amount of money that you could get to the jail if it meant getting out of jail?
Probably a couple $100 if I can.
All right. Tell you what I'll do. I'll find you're in contempt for not paying child support. As a sanction for that contempt, I'm going to have you do 10 days in the county jail or get $100 to the jail. All right. So $100 cash gets you out.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yep. Now that doesn't clear up your problem.
Yeah.
Once you get out, there's nothing else we're going to set you for. You're going to have to find your way to child support enforcement, and you're going to have to do something to get this cleared up. Because if you don't make some kind of arrangement, they'll start the process over again, and you get arrested again. All right?
Okay. There's going to be no notices then anymore.
Well, you're not going to. I don't know what you're getting from child support enforcement. As far as this arrest goes, as soon as you post $100, you're done. But you've got to get to child support enforcement and work out a plan, because they'll start this process over again. You get arrested again.
All right.
All right. Go get him. Charles Christensen. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
10/15/85.
All right, Charles. I've got a warrant for you out of Pasco County. Some judge down there thinks you failed to appear in court on a charge of DUI. That judge set your bond at $1,013. I can't change that bond. If you can post the bond, you can get out of jail here, go down to Newport Richie, find out when they want you in court. If you can't post that bond, we'll give Pasco 5 days to come get you. It never takes 5 with Pasco. But if for some strange reason you're still here in 5 days, they'll bring you back to see me, all right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Jesse Elliott. Afternoon, Jesse. What's your date of birth?
6/14/99.
Jesse, you're here on a warrant that I signed. I found probable cause for violation of probation. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD. The bond on that warrant is no bond. I'm going to have you back in court on the 15th of November, Jesse. PD will come see you before then, okay?
Your Honor,
Yep.
can I just say
Yep, hang on a
something?
second.
I know that I just see one warrant for case number ending in 323.
Right.
But there was another one for 706.
Okay.
Just want to make sure that I need to go back to the office. I don't think they did that one. It should have been with this.
So there might not be a warrant on 706?
It might not be or it could be. I'm not sure. I need to check it.
I wasn't showing one on CSIS, Judge, but it was.
Yeah, follow up with it. Nettie, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
I don't have
holding
it in the
anyway.
file.
I'm
Yeah.
holding it anyway, so if we can get it served.
We get it through. Okay. No problem. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Justin Goodrich. Afternoon, Justin. What's your date of birth?
6/23/80.
Justin, you're here on a warrant that was signed by Judge Angelitis. He found probable cause for 11 counts. 2 counts of witness tampering, 9 counts of violation of condition of pretrial release. As to those charges, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
Appoint the PD. And then he's got an open case coming back on November 1st. Is that right? Okay.
And he did pick up a new CT case that's coming for arraignment at 10:30 as well. Just let you know. Just make
So, Justin, given the nature of these charges and the nature of your prior charge, I'm going to find that there is no condition of bond to protect the alleged victim from you on release. So I'm going to hold you on no bond on these 11 counts. I'm also going to revoke your bond in 19 CF 201366 because job number 1 when you're out is don't pick up new charges it appears that you had. So pursuant to 903.04717, I'm going to revoke your bond in that case. You're on no bond on all your cases. They're all coming back on November 1st in front of Judge Merritt, and the PD will come see you before then, okay?
Yeah.
Alexandru Nicolai? Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
May 1690.
Charge is criminal mischief. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself and hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
PD.
I'll appoint the PD. State.
Showing an adjudication in August of this year for, I think it was panhandling on Fernando, adjudication for trespass in July of this year at Pinellas, and action was dropped for lewd and lascivious expedition in June of this year out of Pinellas, adjudication possession of controlled substance from February of this year in Pinellas, adjudication for petty theft 2018 out of Pasco, adjudication for trespass 2018 out of Pinellas, adjudication attempted burglary 2018 out of Pinellas, adjudication possession of controlled substance 2017 out of Pinellas, adjudication disorderly conduct brawling 2017 out of Pinellas, adjudication trespass after warning 2017 out of Pinellas, adjudication trespass after warning 2017 out of Pinellas, multiple trespasses, Your Honor, adjudication disorderly conduct 2016 out of Pinellas, adjudication possession of a controlled substance 2016 out of Pinellas, adjudication for disorderly intoxication, trespass 2016 out of Pinellas.
All right, that's good. Alexander, you got a job these days?
Yes.
What do you do?
Metal fabrication.
Okay. I'm going to leave the bond at the schedule, which is $2,000. I'll have you back in court on the 22nd of November. If you get out, make sure you contact the PD right away. If you can't get out, they'll come see you at the jail. Pedro Varela. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
9/17/1990.
Charge is battery being domestic in nature. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private. I think right now we're going to leave him at represent himself based on. And this is the alleged victim here.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you want to come forward? All right, raise your right hand for me, sir. Solemnly swear firm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
State your name.
Kevin Guthorn.
All right, and Kevin, are you wanting to have contact with Pedro?
Yes.
Are you concerned that he'll hurt you or harm you in any way? Anybody threaten you or coerce you to come here and ask for contact?
No.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Pedro, I'm going to set your bond at $10. Condition of the bond is that any contact that you have with Kevin is peaceful. Of course, it's always a crime to touch him any way he does not want to be touched. It now would be a violation of your conditions of pretrial release to so much as raise your voice. So you can have contact, but it's going to be all peaceful contact. You'll be back in court on the 15th of November, and that'll be right here in courtroom B. As far as you're concerned, Kevin, this doesn't change anything. If something happens that you think you need to call 911, you get to call 911. They'll come running just as fast as they ever would have, all right?
All right, thanks.
All right, so $10 and November 15th, all right?
Thank you.
Very good. Thanks, folks.
Thank you, sir.
You bet. Mark Severin. Afternoon, Marcus. Date of birth?
6/17/1993.
Marcus, I got a warrant here from Judge Toner, who apparently failed to appear in his case. Court on 2 charges, controlled substance and possession of paraphernalia. Did you have the PD on those cases, Marcus?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we'll continue the appointment of the PD. Judge Toner set your bonds at $4,000 and $1,000. You have something to say, Marcus?
Yeah, I was wondering if I could resolve it today, though.
Marcus,
They are
unfortunately, no. These now are felony cases, and I'm just a hard-working county court judge. They don't let me handle difficult, complicated cases like that. So you have to go back and see Judge Toner, all right?
All right, will it be possible I get a sooner court date?
No, the 22nd of November is the date. That's the best I can do for you.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Judge, on the date of birth, did he say 83 or 93?
83.
Okay.
Alan Hamilton?
That's what it sounds.
Afternoon, sir. What's the date of birth?
11/30/1988.
Alan, I've got 4 charges today: possession of marijuana with intent to sell, possession and/or sale of controlled substance, possession of hashish, and possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defenders.
I'll point the PD. State.
An action was dropped in 2018 for battery out of Hernando County. A withhold criminal mischief 2018 out of Sumter. Criminal mischief 2018 withhold out of Sumter. Adjudication criminal mischief 2007 out of Sumter. Withhold criminal mischief 2008 out of Sumter. And a withhold for attaching a tag not assigned 2007 out of Sumter. Option.
Alan, you've been living with somebody lately or living outdoors? What's going on?
Living with my mother.
Okay, what's the address?
4200 Portillo Road, Spring Hill.
How long you been there?
Now probably about almost a year, maybe a little less.
You have a job these days?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I do pull cages, aluminum work.
Okay. Who are you doing that for?
Nation Coast Aluminum Products.
On the marijuana with intent and the controlled substance, I'll set the bond at $5,000 each, $2,000 on the hash, $1,000 on the paraphernalia. That's a total of $13,000. I'll have you back in court on the 22nd of November. If you get out, make sure you contact the PD right away, okay?
Sir.
Thank you. And then Nicolini was a bond out, right? Yes?
Yes.
All right. And then Jesse Gabbard.
Judge, the felony case resolved by way of a null pros. I spoke with the state attorney in this. They were offering time served disposition.
Okay. I need a case number, a charge.
19 MM 3168. That's a misdemeanor battery.
Okay.
and also 19 MM 3316. That's a violation of pretrial release. And it was related to me by Mr. Larson that the offer was approved by the victim in the case. I understand there is no restitution.
And the time?
He has, on the 3168, he's got 26 days, and then 13 on the 3316. I think you give him 26 on both. And as I said, the felony was no impact.
Okay. And then clerk friend, the new fine on the battery is 900 and 550 on the BTPR. Okay. All right. Very good. So Jesse, you want to resolve these misdemeanors with time served?
Yes, sir.
Very good. You understand by entering police today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, but you want to give up those rights so we can take care of your cases today?
Yes, sir.
Case number 19MM3168 as the charge of battery. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
Yes, sir. No contest.
Accept that plea, find it was freely and voluntarily made, I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 26 days, credit 26 days served, fine and court cost is $900, $100 for the public defender's office, and your cost of incarceration. Case number 19MM3166, as to the charge of violation of conditions of pretrial release, how do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
Yes, sir. No contest.
I'll accept that plea, find it was freely and voluntarily made, I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence, have you pay or do 13 days in the county jail, credit 13 days served. Fine and court cost is $550 and $100 for the PD. That takes care of both those misdemeanors, Jesse. If there's nothing else keeping you in the jail, you will be released today, all right?
Yes, sir. Do I have, I had 2 felonies. I don't know if they got dropped or not.
That's Mr. Bauer was just telling me they filed null process in your felony, and that's why you're here.
Okay, so I do have a bond on that?
I think they got dropped. Hang on.
They're dropped?
They're dropped?
I was showing it was
Okay.
dropped.
Yeah. Yeah, you should be good to go, Jesse.
So I should go home today then?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's why we got you here.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Another happy client.
No, I'm going to offer to him.